Thank you all. It means the world to me that you all are here because I am a 6-year breast cancer survivor. Thank you. That is actually the only good thing about having breast cancer is, as Skyla said, when you're done, people clap for you just because you're alive. I'm a needy person, so that works for me. I always say I survived cancer the same way I survived high school. I took a lot of drugs and just lifted up my shirt anytime somebody asked. No. I think we should bring some of that clapping for being alive energy to more people. Like, yes, like broken leg, that's hard, you should be clapped for. Broken heart, that's even harder, you should be clapped for. Broken democracy, we're all going through something. Let me ask you a question, ladies, since we are mainly ladies. Which would you rather do? Just shout it out. Dentist or mammogram? It is like the world, I'm hearing a little bit of both. It is the world's worst, like, choose your own adventure book. I'm with you, mammogram. And let me tell you why. When you go to get a mammogram, they give you a nice little pink robe, and they always have HGTV on in the waiting room. When you go to the dentist, it's a paper bib, and it's piped in Muzak that you used to make out to, and it's very hurtful. Mammogram, they give you these little stickers to protect your nipples, and then later you can pretend to do a burlesque show. Dentist, all they ever give you is a toothbrush, and if you have a burlesque act with a toothbrush, I don't want to know about it. Mainly, though, for me, a mammogram, I only have one boob, so it's really fast. I have a lot of teeth. I actually only have half a boob, really, because when they were replacing the one they took, they said, well, here's what we're going to do. On the other side, we're going to do a little lift, a little tuck, we're going to put a little implant, and that way they'll match. And I said, you know, why don't you just give me an implant to replace the one you took that matches what I have? And they said, Marta, they do not make implants that match 50-year-old women who have breastfed 2 children's boobs. There's no market for that. Also very hurtful, but I have to admit it's true. Yeah. I have a lot of issues going to the doctor in general, like the gynecologist. First of all, there's the grooming question. Like, you don't want to make them feel like they have to hack their way through the forest to get to work. You also don't want to do too much and look like you're trying too hard. I think mainly, though, I don't understand, why don't the nurses read the charts? I had to go to the doctor this week, and they said, well, we're going to need a urine sample. Do you think you can do that, or do you need a glass of water first? I said, lady, you've got my chart. You see I'm in my 50s. I have given birth twice. Good luck not getting me to leave a urine sample. If I need help, I don't need a glass of water. I just need to sneeze. I'm just saying there is another show tonight, so extra cleaning. We got a lot of women my age here laughing. No. Believe it or not, cancer is not the only medical trauma I have suffered. About a year and a half ago, I had an accident. I was making dinner, and I dropped a pot of boiling water on my foot. Yeah, I'm not saying I recommend this as a way to get out of making dinner ever again, just saying it's highly effective. Yeah, I had a 2nd-degree burn. My foot looked like tuna casserole tastes. Yeah, everything's there, just rearranged in a totally unappealing fashion. I went to the ER, and when I go to a hospital now, I said, I'm needy, but now when I go to the hospital, I really need everybody to like me. My life literally depends on people liking me. So I'm there, and they put me in a wheelchair while I'm waiting, and this older woman asks me in Spanish, what happened? And I say, comida por mi niño, agua muy caliente. As was obvious to her and should be to all of you, I don't speak Spanish, but I'm in the hospital, so I feel like I have to answer. The nurse says, Mrs. Block, we're going to take your blood pressure. And I say, oh, please, call me Marta. Like she's there to take my kid out on a date in the 1950s. I am very excited to get my blood pressure taken, though, because I'm I have excellent blood pressure. I do. Thank you. Yeah. Every time somebody takes my blood pressure, they're like, wow, you have really good blood pressure. Thank you. I know. I only have one tit, but I have really good blood pressure. So she takes my blood pressure and she says, you have excellent blood pressure. Yes, thank you. And then she says, you know, you must be in a lot of pain, but you seem to be in really good spirits. Yes, I have won the ER. So then I decide to push it a little. I'm like, oh, well, thanks. Hey, where'd you get those cute scrubs? They give them to you when you work there. Not good. She says, we're going to get you a bed as soon as possible. And I say, well, that's okay, just as long as no one else needs it more. Bitch. You are in triage. It is their job to say who needs a bed. And also, you can see the bone in your foot, so maybe go lie down. I don't know. They do get me in a bed, and they get the morphine hooked up very quickly. I'm always just a little offended at how quick doctors are to give me pain medication. Do I not look interesting enough to have a drug habit? I once asked my oncologist if I could drink on the medication she was putting me on. And she's like, oh, go ahead, honey. You can have your glass of white wine. You do not know me, Dr. Yedavali. That night, I had red wine. I had 2 glasses, and then I dropped a pot of boiling water on my foot. So, no. Y'all, I am going to share with you one of the weirder things that happened to me when I had cancer. The day before I had to have a mastectomy, they said, you need to go have a dye injected into your nipple. Nothing will make you happier to lose a nipple than knowing that there's going to be dye injected into it. It is just as much fun as it sounds. So I'm there, and I get this done, and the nurse says, well, you're having surgery tomorrow, so, don't eat after midnight, no lotions or powders, and stay away from children. You're radioactive. I'm radioactive like I'm Chernobyl? Or I'm radioactive like I'm Spider-Man? She's like, no. Just the dye we injected. I'm like, please quit talking about injecting my nipple, but okay. The dye we injected is radioactive, and out of an abundance of caution, you should not be around children. I'm like, okay, this is helpful. That day, I actually had to take one of my children to a doctor's appointment, and the question as to why I was still taking children to doctor's appointments the day before my mastectomy is a question for marriage counseling. So the appointment, everybody laughing even harder, is sitting with my husband at the moment. So the appointment was in, for those of you who might know it, the Medical Arts Building over on Lake Street. It's a very old building with very old, very small, very slow elevators. And I'm waiting for the elevator, and it opens, and there are 3 people inside, including a small child dressed all in pink, because this is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And so I say, oh, I'll wait for the next elevator. And they all look at me like I'm insane, because they all know how slow these elevators are. And then I notice that everybody in the elevator is black. And being an Oak Parker, I'm very concerned that I now look racist. So I say, I'm not allowed to be around children. This does not help anything. Finally, as the elevator is very slowly closing, I yell out, I'm radioactive! Y'all, that's my time, but I do just want to say this. If you had told me 6 years ago that I would be on stage joking about anything, let alone cancer, I would not have believed you. And I meant what I said before. We are all going through something, whether it is you or your spouse or your kids or this fucking country. Whatever it is, we're going through something, and what you are doing right now, being out among people and laughing, that is the way you're going to get out of it, and you will get out of it.